Yo, yo, what up, squad? Okay, so today we're going to be talking about why you don't want to be a vegan because, man, I know you guys are seeing all the bullshit from celebrities. You're seeing it from the mayor of New York. You're seeing all this shit trying to push you to be fucking plant-based, okay? Now, to kind of sum this video up and really quickly, let me just pull up my Instagram and show you a reel I just did. Now, hopefully you can hear this because yesterday when I did the live, you guys couldn't actually hear the volume. I could, but you guys couldn't. Okay. So let's see. Let's pull this up. Okay. Listen up, people. Just listen real fast. Okay. Can you hear this? Shit, I can't hear that either. Okay, never mind. Okay, so I was going to tell you how to do that right there. So we'll just go through it right now. Okay, so here's how this is going to work. All right. When it comes to this whole vegan propaganda and bullshit, okay, because it's all it is, fucking propaganda. Okay. Now, I don't know how much you've been paying attention the past 3 years, but most of you guys follow me on social media. Most of you guys are awake. Okay. You're not falling for all the bullshit. Okay. You didn't get the and you didn't fall for all the bullshit. You didn't follow the guidelines, right? Because you're a fucking savage and you saw the facts and shit, mainly because I was showing them to you, right? So what you're going to see in all this shit right now with all these motherfuckers trying to push you got to eat fucking crickets and bugs and fucking mealworms and shit for your protein source because meat causes climate change. Okay, so let me just jump into this. And I'm trying not to make this a red pill moment, but I'm just going to kind of plant this seed. Okay. Do you know what plants need to thrive? Plants. Plants. Do you know what they need to thrive? They need CO2 along with some sunshine and water. Okay. So this whole fucking theory that these guys are trying to push that cow farts are causing climate change. Okay, because that's what they're literally trying to say, or cow burps or some stupid shit. They're causing climate change, right? And this is their reason why they're trying to make it a whole like an anti-meat society, right? And if you've really done any research on what they're planning by 2030 with these C40 cities and shit, it's going to be zero meat, okay? LA is one of those cities that's on that plan that's already said that they're going to do it by 2030. Zero meat, okay? Why do they want you eating zero meat? Why? Simple. Because it makes you fat, weak, and stupid. Period. And ends your life faster. Okay. It's the only reason. Okay. So we're just going to leave that there. Okay. Climate change is a scam. And the whole fucking, all this shit's a fucking scam. Okay. Now, so you got to ignore the fucking propaganda. I know you guys are seeing it. You're seeing these movies on fucking Netflix called What the Health. And you're seeing like Game Changers, right? And you got all these celebrities pushing this shit, right? And you see all these guys, like even Kim Kardashian pushing like the Beyond Beef burger, the Beyond Beef fake ass burger, which she didn't even take a bite of because she knows how fucking gross it is. Okay. It's all horse shit. Okay. Everything that they are trying to tell you is exactly what you need to do if you want to die. Okay. So you're going to hear from a lot of vegans, you know, that I actually just read an article today that this is actually what sparked this video was because I saw this. I'm like, you lying ass motherfuckers. Okay. This is what I heard today. It was in one of the vegan articles. It was saying that saturated fat causes insulin resistance. Okay. If you know anything about the basics about the human body, okay, what triggers the release of insulin? Okay. What? It's not fats. Matter of fact, that's the way to trigger zero insulin is by eating fat. Okay. What triggers insulin is carbs. Okay. So whenever you see all these vegans pushing these studies and shit where they're talking about how, saturated fat causes heart disease and cholesterol causes heart disease and meat causes cancer, right? And you're being cruel to animals. Okay. I don't give a fuck. Animals were only bred so I could eat them. Okay. But all these health things that you're hearing are straight up fucking lies. Okay. Lies. You cannot get insulin resistance from eating saturated fat. That only comes from overeating carbs for decades. Carbs trigger insulin. Carbs. Okay. Not from saturated fat. Completely different macronutrient. Okay. Or different nutrient. Okay. Same thing with cancer. Okay. Here's the crazy part. This is how fucked up their studies are. Okay. When you hear all this shit and all these like health studies and shit from these vegans, and you see these movies like the Game Changers and What the Health, when they're doing studies and they're telling you, oh, well, the studies raised the cholesterol and blah, 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 and it increased the blah, 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 and inflammation. Do you know what foods they're actually using in those studies? Okay, when I tell you, you're going to fucking laugh. Okay, do you know what foods they're actually using in these studies? Okay, and the funny thing is they're trying to point it at the meat when the meat is the smallest portion of what they're using. Here's what they're using in their studies. Okay, sandwiches, burritos, hamburgers, and hot dogs. And I'm not talking about just the meat of the hot dog. I'm talking about with the fucking bun, the burrito, okay, with the wrap, okay, the sandwich with the bread, okay? This is what these motherfuckers are using in their studies. And then they're trying to cherry pick data and be like, oh, the processed meats cause cancer. They raise your cholesterol. They're going to give you a heart attack, right? What was the actual food they were eating that was the main source of calories in that food? The main thing that is known to cause cancer, known to cause heart disease, factually. Okay? The bread, the bun, the fucking burrito. Okay? And then they try and point blame on the meat. That's why when you hear all this stupid shit from these fucking vegans, like, oh, there's been these studies that have been done on this and that. And I'm like, yeah, bitch, you used a burrito. You didn't use a fucking steak. You didn't use a fucking chicken thigh. You used a fucking sandwich. Okay? So when you see these studies and you see these vegans, just run from vegans. Okay? I fucking hate vegans. I literally want to punch every one of them in the throat. I hate them. I hate them. They're stupid. And the reason they're stupid is because they're so fucking nutrient deficient. They've lost their shit, literally. Like literally lost their shit. So their mental health is gone. Okay, because they're not getting enough protein, not getting enough omega-3s, not getting a whole bunch of shit that they need in order for their bodies to be healthy. Okay, so just know, anytime that you hear anything health-wise, when it comes from a vegan or even the medical community, it's a fucking lie. Okay, just this year, our government passed this whole like food pyramid thing where they're basically saying that Lucky Charms is healthier than steak. Or Cheerios is better than eggs. Okay. It's fucking stupid, man. Okay. So, and here's why being vegan is stupid. Okay. On top of that, the two main, if you've been paying attention to any of the course videos and any of the stuff that I talk about all the time, there's three main things. Okay. There's three macronutrients, three very important macronutrients that you got to have in order for your body to be healthy. Okay. You got your protein, you got your carbs, and you got your fats. Okay. Two of these are essential. Do you know what essential means? Do you know what that means? Okay. Means you have to eat them or you die. Okay. You hear what I'm saying? You have to eat them or you die. All right. Are you listening to what I'm saying? Guess what those two essential macronutrients are? Your protein and your fats. Okay. Carbs are inessential. What does that mean? It means you can 100% live without them. Okay. So, and that is also the other reason why whenever you see like the diets that I recommend, where we do like low carb or carnivore style carb cycling, that's why, because carbs are inessential, but we have to have these. And this makes the dieting process much easier. When you're getting a significant amount of protein and fats in your diet, you feel good. Your hormones are good. Your energy is good. Your mental health is good. But if you eat more carbs, that means you have to sacrifice one of your essentials. You're going to have to reduce them. And what happens is when you increase your carbs, you also increase your cravings. And you have to reduce these to make room for those carbs. So what ends up happening is your cravings are up, right? Your essentials are down, which even makes your cravings even worse, right? And then you're constantly fucking wanting food all the goddamn time, right? And then you're thinking like, I can't do this. This isn't sustainable, right? And it's because you're not getting your essentials. You're getting the fucking trash that you don't need, right? So just a little FYI there. Okay, now with now this little video was supposed to work. It didn't work for me because I actually was going to show you guys something before. I didn't actually pull this up on my thing. Let me see if I can get it to work this time. No, it's not working. There it goes. Actually, right there. Right there. Hold on, I see it right there. Okay, there it is. Okay. Oops. Let me go back there. Let me close this out. Okay, here we go. Listen up. Hopefully you can hear this. Now, what I'm saying right here is most people, you're going to hear this from vegans all the time. You can get your protein needs from plants, bitch. Okay, for real? All right, let me show you the fact. You clearly never tracked your macros before, bitch. Okay, so check this out. If this is the protein, you can't see it behind my head here, but that says 127 grams, right? Now, the typical female is going to need about 120 grams of protein a day in order for her to be on point, okay? And to look good, feel good, burn fat fast, like keep her hormones in check, mental health in check, about 120 grams on average for most chicks, right? So a typical chick needing to eat 120 grams of protein, plant-based, okay? She's going to have to eat 10 pounds of broccoli to get her protein needs. Are you going to eat 10 pounds of broccoli? Okay. Most of you guys can't even eat one. Okay. You going to eat 10 pounds of broccoli every day to get your protein needs? Fuck no, you ain't. Okay. Now here's the other side of this. Look what it also comes with. Vegetables and plants are typically, the majority of them are actually not protein sources. They are carb sources, even broccoli. Now look at this. It's got almost 3 times as many carbs as it does protein grams. Okay. See that? Right. So just to hit your 120 grams of carbs each day, ladies, you'd have to eat 300 grams of carbs. Okay. You know how much gut distension you would have and how much fucking gas you would be passing all day? Did you try to eat 10 pounds of broccoli? I dare you to try it. How dare you? Make sure you film it because I want to see. Film that shit. Okay. And you can't do it. Okay. Now, here's another little food that the vegans always try and say that you can eat to get your protein needs. Listen. Okay. Listen. Okay. We're going to go now to. Okay, here's beans, black beans. Okay, look at this. See? Look at this carbs. And that's 1,980 calories. Right? Now look at this. Now, when you don't get a significant amount of protein, okay, there's a lot of things that happen. Okay, I talked about this a little bit last week on last week's call, but you guys have to understand this. Protein is a priority every fucking meal, every fucking day. Every meal, every day. And the reason is, look at this. This is Zana. She's a vegan. Okay, look at her arms. See how like she looks like she's anorexic? She basically is. Okay, her arms are gone. Okay, gone. There's no muscle. Okay, and this is what happens whenever you go vegan. Because when you go vegan, you're not going to be able to get the protein needs that you need. You can't eat fucking 9 cups of beans. You can't eat 10 fucking pounds of broccoli, right? You're not going to get your protein needs from plants. All right. And the reality is most people that go plant-based don't even eat plants. They primarily trade their meat for eating more pasta and chips and fucking cereal and straight up bullshit. That's why you find most vegans are fucking fat. But the ones that actually do it right, like Zana, right, where she's actually eating plants, right, they end up very, very emaciated and scrawny, right? Because, and here's why, because when it comes to your body, your essential macronutrient is protein. Okay. Now, when you don't feed your body enough protein each day, what happens? Okay. And just so you understand what your body uses protein for. Okay. Just let's back this up. Okay. Your hair, your skin, your nails, your bones, your cells, your hormones, all made from protein. That means your body needs a significant amount of protein so it can get the amino acids, because that's all protein is, amino acids, little chains of them, right? So it can get the amino acids that it needs to build the tissues and bones and cells and hormones, whatever the fuck it needs to build, right? Because protein's like basically like Legos, right? The building blocks to the human body. That's how you need to look at like protein, right? So when you're not getting those building blocks in your diet and you're plant-based, right, and you're protein deficient, your body has to still keep repairing, building, regenerating shit, right? So where's it getting its protein from? Okay, where's it get it? Your muscles. Breaks down your muscles. And that's why you'll see that the vegans that do it right, they're always super scrawny and they're always like just, they're super, super frail, super, super weak. This is also why your grandparents, okay, our grandparents, right, our parents, this is also why they're getting weak. Okay. It's not because they're getting old. It's because they've been protein deficient for years and decades. They've lost all that muscle. They're not active. They're not doing anything to trigger their body to want to build or sustain or maintain the muscle. They're not getting the protein that the body needs. So their body is breaking down the muscle to get the protein needs that it needs to survive. Make sense? And that's one of the main reasons why being vegan is fucking stupid. Okay. So protein is a priority and you're not going to get it from plants. You have to get it from the most bioavailable. What does that mean? Bioavailable. What does that mean? That means your body is basically able to absorb it immediately. Okay. When you eat plants, there's a whole digestive process and a bunch of bullshit your gut's got to go through to be able to take the protein out of that plant, right? Which is only getting a few grams, right? Per serving. It's not very much, right? But you can take like, a pound of ahi tuna and you get like 112 grams of protein, like bang, right? Which would take you fucking, 9 pounds of broccoli to get, right? Or 1 pound of a bioavailable protein source from an animal. Makes sense? So that's just the reason why you do not want to be a vegan. Okay. The only reason you exist today is because your ancestors were fucking carnivores. Straight up. It's the only reason you exist, because we are the apex predators of the planet. We eat everything. Okay. We have eaten all animals since the beginning of time. It's the only reason you exist, because your ancestors were hunters and ravenous fucking carnivores. Okay. This whole agricultural era didn't start happening until just like a few thousand years ago, right? Millions of years ago, we were fucking chasing saber-toothed tigers and fucking woolly mammoths and eating those motherfuckers. Okay. Because we're going through these harsh winters where there was no plants. You could only eat meat. Right. So keep that in mind. Just kind of like, common sense there, a little bit of logic, right? So on top of that too, here's another little thing too. Let's go back to these health things, right? Because the vegans lie that saturated fat causes insulin resistance, right? Fucking liars. Okay. They're either lying or they're just straight up stupid. Okay. I'll go with both. Okay. So insulin resistance comes from binging on carbs for decades. Okay. Insulin resistance, type 2 diabetes, is curable within 30 days. Guess how? I do it with people all the time. Guess how? You cut carbs and you work out every day. Guess what? Your diabetes, gone. 30 days or less. Okay. Do it with people all the time. Okay. So that eliminates that. Now, I'll tell you a little story about cancer. Okay. Because you hear all this stuff that meat causes cancer. I just saw an article today from the fucking propaganda, right? Meat causes cancer, right? Which is usually coming from those heavily funded universities and stuff by pharma, right? Why? Because It's pharma. They want you on their fucking drugs, right? So they want you thinking that you're going to get, if you get cancer, right? Or they want to steer you from meat so that way you do get cancer. But it's actually quite the opposite. I actually have a buddy who actually just had cancer recently. I actually had him go straight carnivore diet, right? Because I know the actual data and the actual studies, and I've done this with numerous people, right? Have them eat an animal-based diet, right? Eliminate all the carbohydrates, just like you would if you were going to be kicking diabetes, right? Because it's the same shit that causes all three of these diseases, by the way. It's the same shit. It's the same exact foods. It's the same exact inflammation, same exact fucking shit that's causing it. Okay. You cure them all the same exact fucking way. Stop eating all that stupid shit. Work out every fucking day. Take high quality care of yourself. Your body will heal itself. Okay. Anyways, I have a buddy. He had cancer, cured it, going carnivore. Just recently, just got his cancer-free just a few months ago, literally. Okay. So don't believe anybody except for me. Okay. Or the people that I point you to, because there's certain doctors and certain scientists and certain people who I do follow, which is where I get all this information from, right? Because they are way ahead of the game and they're not part of the propaganda and bullshit pharma system. Okay. So that's where I get my information from, that and, experience. Right. But just know that here's the watch. I'm gonna show you this. Look, here's a little article by the BMJ, right? Okay. British Journal of Sports Medicine. Okay. Check it out. Saturated fat does not clog the arteries. Okay. Coronary artery disease is a chronic inflammatory condition. Guess what causes chronic inflammatory conditions? Fucking sugar, bread, pasta, cracker, cereal, right? Here's another one. Here's from the NIH, right? And the NIH is crooked as fuck, right? But they're still even telling the truth. Look, dietary cholesterol, lack of evidence, and cardiovascular disease, right? And they're crooked, right? So, and they're even telling you this, okay? So if the crooked ones are even telling you this, right? They want you to believe the opposite, right? They're even telling the truth, okay? And let's see. I think that was, oh yeah, and I forgot to cover here. And this is a really shitty situation here, right? So this is Zana, right? Now, she's a vegan. She's a hardcore vegan, fruitarian vegan, right? Just basically eats fruit, right? She died. Okay. She's like 30, I think she's 39 or 37 or something, like late 30s. She died like 8 weeks ago. Okay. Guess what from? Starvation. How do you starve whenever you're eating nothing but healthy food like fruit? She's eating fruit all day. She should be so healthy. Why is she dying of starvation? Because she's not eating the essential macronutrients. Okay. Learn Zana's lesson. Don't be a fucking vegan. Okay. Shit pisses me off because I'm so sick of people like deceiving you guys. I see all the fucking shit. I see the same shit you guys do. This is why it pisses me off. Like, I know when you guys are scrolling your Instagram feeds and shit that you're seeing all this bullshit, right? I see it too. And I'm like, oh man, this is fucking bullshit. And then that's usually what triggers a post, right? Or triggers a video or triggers a live coaching section, right? Because I fucking saw that shit and I'm like, God damn it. These motherfuckers lying to everybody, right? So, but anyways, those are the main reasons why you don't want to be vegan. Okay. Now, on top of that, too, now here's the reality. If you were a fucking psychopath and had like severe ethical reasons why you needed to be a fucking vegan, you technically could still get lean being a vegan, right? But you're going to fucking feel like absolute ass. Okay. Because remember, it's all about just calories game, right? So there's certain things you're going to have to eat to get your protein up. You're still not going to be able to get enough, right? You're going to feel like shit. Now, for you men, don't do it. Okay. Because if you try and go vegan, here's what's going to happen. Your testosterone is gone. Okay. Women can kind of get away with being a vegan for a little longer than men can. Men, you're done. Look at this guy right here. Let me show you an example. Here's another example. Look at this. I just posted this earlier today too. Check this out. Look at this guy. He was vegan right here. Look at this. Vegan, right? See how emaciated he is? He's basically dying because he's not getting his essential macronutrients. He's basically fucking dying right now, right? Look at that. He's dying, right? And even he said he was bleeding out of his ass for a year and a half, right? Because his colon was fucked up because of all the shit he was eating, right? And here's the other side I didn't cover yet. when it comes to plants, this is something that we've recently discovered just over the past few years. Plants actually have these things on them called defense chemicals. Okay. It's exactly that. They have chemicals on them that they produce to prevent you from eating them, right? Which wreck your gut, which is why his ass was bleeding. Okay. His colon was fucked up. He was shitting blood. He was bleeding out of his ass because his gut, because he was eating nothing but plants, right? Losing all his protein because his body was breaking it down, right? And he was shitting out of his ass, shitting blood out of his ass, right? Because his gut was destroyed by these defense chemicals, right? Now, I'm not telling you don't ever eat plants. I'm just saying don't make it the main source of your diet, right? Now, I'm a big fan of carnivore, right? Because it's easy, right? Makes it easy to stay on track. You're not eating any carbs. You're not triggering any cravings. You're getting your essential macronutrients. You feel good. You look good. It's easy, right? So like I haven't had any carbs since I think Monday, whenever we had Labor Day, right? What's today? Thursday, right? Do I look like anything's bothering me, right? So had zero. Okay. So anyway, because I eat mostly meat and fat, right? Protein and fat, right? Anyways, so men, you don't want to do this because it'll kill your test. Okay. But technically, if you had some kind of ethical reason, you could actually do it. I don't recommend it. I honestly, if that's you, I don't even want to coach you. Okay. Because I don't even like dealing with vegans. Okay. Because you're going to lose your shit mentally. You're going to be an emotional basket case. I don't even want to talk to you. Okay. So don't even contact me. Okay. Like I don't want anything to do with you. You guys are typically almost always obese. Okay. And the reason is because you're carbies, right? I just showed you guys how, right? You're carbies. All you do is eat carbs. That's why you feel like shit. That's why you got energy issues. That's why you got mental health issues. That's why you're fat, right? Stop being a fucking vegan. Eat your damn animals. Okay. They'll save your life. Use their energy. They'll save your life and make your life better. Okay. Anyways, that pretty much concludes this week's coaching lesson. I just wanted to, I think that pretty much closes out everything I need to teach. Don't be a fucking vegan. Eat your meat, protein every single meal. Remember, that is the most important thing you need to make sure you do every single day. Protein every meal. Got it? Okay. All right. We'll see you guys next time. I am logging off here.